Well, greetings, folks. It's me again, back again with another video. Today, this is me covering the more recent controversy of how the military is trying to be one step above the cool curve and trying to be woke. This next hipster in line. Well, let's just say, hey, this is not an attack on the military, though. This is basically myself growing up in a military family. Back when the military had balls, all of a sudden they just want to be one step out of the cool curve, to say the least. I mean, my grandfather fought in the Second World War, for Christ's sake. My great-grandfather was a World War I veteran before he passed on many moons ago. I even had uncles that were in Vietnam, for Christ's sake. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, back then, U.S. military stayed out of politics like that. Look, there's a separation between church and state. Church saves people, all right? Politics is basically just people rambling on about how, oh, high school never did this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 who did this, yeah. I mean, what you're seeing now is basically just people trying to recapture on what the cults of personality from the 60s and 70s did many years ago. You know what the saying is, don't drink the Kool-Aid. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, now you see a bunch of big corporations just caving into whatever the demons have to say. So why do you think I left Ashton Birdie and Liberty Hangout? Because they don't know whose side they're on. They say, well, we haven't decided yet. Whatever. I'm like, well, pick a lane, Grandma. Because time can be running out right about now. Because you could be here one day, gone the next day. And how will people remember you? Sorry, folks, I had to fix my camera. But yeah, like I said, I mean, pictures. I could be here one day and gone the next day. I mean, and not even talk to y'all. I mean, it could be all over front page news or whatever. I mean, it's like these people act as if high school never freaking ended for them. I mean, I don't even understand and what today's generation even says anymore. I mean, even my sister's small generation. I mean, like games like Pass the Freaking Baby or stuff like that. I mean, I never played that stuff growing up when I was their age. I mean, I used to play hide and go seek when I was my sister's age, and that was it. All of a sudden, these people want to play the doggone race card of, we cared about these people, that people. I'm like, are you serious right now? Seriously, it's like certain people in the military will say anything to a liberal person that has big money. I mean, it's like, pick a lane already. I mean, I'm right because of right. And the reason why I left both Liberty Hangout and Ashton Birdie, because those girls don't know whose side they're on, okay? Because they think, oh, we're against this, and yeah, fuck this, fuck that, and all that. I'm like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. And all of a sudden, they crank out videos like how they love Joe Biden and all this crazy shit. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, next thing you know, they're going to sacrifice goats to them. I was like, oh my gosh, let's just do this. Oh, let's do it like they did back in the 50s. I'm like, sitting there thinking like, little girls, y'all don't know what the heck y'all talking about. I mean, they can accuse me of anything, of being the white devil or anything, despite the fact they're white themselves, might I add. I mean, I mean, like I said in previous videos, if you don't sexually identify as a male or a female, you're just basically an outcast, to say the least. I mean, that's the basic principles I was raised on. It's basic, it's straight to the point. The guilty is punished, the innocent is protected. Okay? It's simple facts. Don't need to babble on about how they don't support this group, that group, and blah, 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 who did this, yeah. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, my grandfather at the time, growing up, taught me how to be tough, and he even literally made like a stage, like an old stage wagon you see in the old Western films. Growing up, I still have it. I mean, I just need some time to fix it and everything. I mean, I was brought up in a Christian household. I mean, what more do you want? I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, so what? I love heavy metal music. I mean, that's just how I am. That's just how my uncle was when he was a teenager growing up. And my grandma did not say not one piping word about it. Nope. Anybody would say, like, oh, wolves in sheep's clothing, blah, 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 who did this? Yeah. I'm like, are you done babbling? Are you done throwing the Bible? Are you done throwing the Bible at every person there is ever? It's like, oh my goodness, now you're just disturbing people. I mean, like my channel says, I'm right because of right, okay? Okay? I was raised on basic stuff, alright? And if y'all hipsters don't like it, then fuck you. I mean, most of y'all know I've been asking for me to do more rants, and it's like, I don't want to be like a Rageaholic copycat or anything, because Rageaholic has his own thing going on. Because I don't want to be a copycat or anything like that, but I'll do what I can. I mean, I'm not trying to be politically correct or anything. I honestly just say what's on my mind and separate fact from fiction and just leave it at that. Alright? I mean, you can't please everyone. It's like sex. It lasts for, what, half an hour or so, and that's it. I mean, people can make fun of my weight all they want to, but frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. I mean, one day I can lose all this, probably through weight loss surgery or something like that, and boop. Then half the girls in the world will probably come to me and basically look at me as basically hotter than, I don't know, that guy Robert or something from Twilight or something like that. I mean, you learn a lot of stuff when you get older. I mean, when you're young and dumb like I was, I mean, it's like, oh, don't go into this, don't go into that. I mean, I was heavily involved in the dark arts when I was younger. I mean, it was just like, you have to do this vampiric ritual and stuff like that. I mean, I saw it like online one time, and I'm like, hey, I can do that. And I was crazy. I mean, I literally lost my mind at one point. Then basically, as time progressed, you could say I was just basically a struggling Christian trying to find out who I was. mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, I still support the military and everything, but there's a separation between military and politics. I mean, if you join the military or anything, you don't want to bring up politics. Just don't. Like the old saying is, there's a separation between church and state. There's a separation between military and politics. People say, "Oh, why do you? Oh, do you support Israel or Palestine or whatever?" Well, Israel's the home of the good Lord. What do you expect? Oh, they're sending this money to die or anything. Well, Israel has their own military. I mean, it's just ridiculous how society is. People these days don't know whose side they're on. I mean, I stick to my own guns. I can tell Oprah to go fuck herself. I can tell the Obamas to go fuck themselves. I can tell Biden's family to go fuck themselves. Fashion wise, oh, don't worry. That's coming soon. How would I describe my fashion? And basically, it's like Lemmy meets punk meets biker meets goth meets emo. I'm basically trying to do my own little take on it. I know what some people are gonna say. Oh, are you revisiting past glories or stuff like that? Not exactly. Basically, I'm trying different things, trying to settle into a perfect groove where I can actually get to where I am and like, oh, there it is. I mean, some people claim their original videos are theirs, and it's like, oh, it's this, that, and the other. I'm like, what the heck? Are y'all trying to be the Gene Simmons of social media? I mean, we all know Dio invented the devil horns. Originally, this was the supposed occult symbol, to say the least, the devil horns. But Dio, back in the days before he even decided on a music career, I think his grandma or mother did the, devil horns of a person like this, like the stink eyes, like. I mean, people make stuff about me on TikTok or social media all the time about how I'm a supposed wolves in sheep's clothing and blah blah blah. Who did this? Y'all don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you just people compare. Even those people, they are compared to me to like all these ridiculous, crazy pastors or stuff like that. It's like, no, I'm not a preacher. I'm just a person who talks about the Word of God because I was brought up Christian. I think after I graduated from high school and decided to go back to Christendom, it was like, circle the wagons. Don't let them in. Don't let them in. And don't let that devil incarnate in. I mean, I mean, it's like these other Christians don't even know how to follow the good Lord's word. It's like, judge not lest you be judged. It's like people always there to counterverse me, to say the least. Ooh. But don't worry, more rants are coming, so yeah. Oh, shit. I mean, it's just too many people with too many freaking problems on their hands. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, people many years ago had plenty of time in the world to fix them, but all they decided, oh, we're not going to fix it. Oh, we're not going to do it. I mean, it's like, then now it's just like, gosh, what's that? What about the mask? What about it? I mean, somehow I even wore a Sons of Anarchy hoodie, which I had for some time. I went into a store one time, and people had not said not one word about it. But anyway, folks, that's it. Hope y'all enjoy. Like, subscribe. Follow me on TikTok and Discord. And God bless y'all. And I'll see you next video.